Does your life seem shaken and unstable to you? In the midst of talking about restoring America's greatness, we're reminded of the decline over the last decade of values and governing ideas that have been around for centuries. It is a challenge to know where we fit in to the global concept that seems to have become the order of the day for many political figures. There is always a concern about the state of the American economy. The things that we thought we could depend upon have proven undependable. The values we once held dear are spurned in lieu of ungodly, unbiblical concepts that disallow a godly standard of living and decency of conduct. How can we continue our lives undisturbed in the midst of the turbulence all around us? How can we succeed in postmodern, globally minded America? It is important to stay focused on our God's articulated plan for our lives. We are threatened by the radical Islamic terrorists. We are exasperated by the ongoing Washington gridlock and partisan rancor. Some have faced unexpected and life-changing losses. I want to offer 3 ideas to help us get through our changing world and the shifting winds of uncertainty. Number 1, begin your day prepared. Being prepared is an undeniable asset. I believe if you are not prepared, you will go through life scared. It is frightening to think of the consequences of being unprepared. There is no way of telling where you may end up after winding through the barren paths of indifference for a day. Jim Rohn is quoted to have said, "Never begin the day until it is finished on paper." He was calling for preparedness. You need to design in your mind the completion of anything of value. God is often spoken of as prepared in the Bible. We too are often told to be prepared for war, for sacrifices, for worship, for a meal, for the Lord's return. Jesus said, "Be prepared, all dressed and ready," in Luke 12:35. The disciples were told to prepare a road for the Lord to travel on. So preparedness is a biblical and practical necessity for one who wants to achieve any degree of success. Tom Landry said, "If you are prepared, you will be confident and will do the job." There are a lot of people who fumble through their day and stumble back home at night and wonder what happened in between. They are part of the train wreck multitude who wonder what this life is all about. Alexander Graham Bell said, "Before anything else, preparation is the key to success." So before your day begins, prepare, prepare, prepare. By the way, profitable preparation should always begin with prayer. Number 2, work through your day patiently. St. Augustine gave us these words, "You aspire to great things, begin with little ones. It is the little things done well that get us promoted on to greater things that God and our observers have in store for us." You'll recall Jesus' story of the master who gave talents to 3 persons in Matthew 25. Each was evaluated as to his investment of the talent or sum of money. Jesus told of the master's response, and it is a reminder of our need to be faithful over the little daily responsibilities assigned to us in order to get promoted on to greater things that are really God's plan for us. Matthew 25:14 begins, "And the kingdom of heaven can be illustrated by the story of a man going into another country who called together his servants and loaned them money to invest for him while he was gone. He gave $5,000 to one, 2,000 to another, 1,000 to the last, dividing it in proportion to their abilities, and then left on his trip. After a long time, their master returned from his trip and called them to him to give account for his money. The man to whom he had entrusted the $5,000 brought him 10,000. His master praised him for good work. 'You have been faithful in handling this small amount,' he told him. 'So now I will give you many more responsibilities. Begin the joyous tasks I have assigned to you.'" Now in this story, it is obvious that we are to invest our lives in the things that we are entrusted with, and that we are to give 100% of our efforts to accomplishing what we are assigned to do. It is important that we don't look so hard at the vision of greatness lurking in our minds that we overlook the little details of our workday, which, if done well, could abort our greater vision altogether. God and our earthly superiors will be looking to see if we work faithfully through our day, patiently discharging our assigned duties. Today's work is an important part of the whole vision God gave us for our lives. If we don't do today's work, who will? St. Augustine said, "Pray as though everything depended on God. Work as though everything depended on you." God will help a person who is a good steward of his planned opportunities. Alexander Graham Bell said, "Concentrate all your thoughts upon the work at hand. The sun's rays do not burn until brought into focus." Today's work is but a focused view of the life vision we aspire to accomplish. Done one bit at a time, those concentrated efforts will form a completed life vision for us. Number 3, end the day pleased. Henry Wadsworth Longfellow said, "Each morning sees some task begin. Each evening sees it close. Something attempted, something done, has earned a night's repose." When we have done our best, we can go home at the end of the day and rest with contentment. To do this, we have to believe and have evidence that we are growing, getting better each day. We have to live with a positive attitude that says with Ralph Waldo Emerson, "Write it on your heart that every day is the best day in the year." The Apostle Paul had learned that secret of contentment when he said, "Actually, I don't have a sense of needing anything personally. I've learned by now to be quite content, whatever my circumstances," in Philippians 4:11. The secret of ending each day with that kind of contentment and optimism is believing that God is in control and that He is the ultimate source and supplier of all of our needs. If that is the case for us, then we will not have to fret with every tick of the Wall Street stock ticker. We will not have to fret with every ring of the telephone. We won't have to check every text message every few moments. We won't have to worry that our job may be taken tomorrow, because we know who is sovereign and in control of everything, including our holdings and our assets and our hopes and dreams.